y'all.
This is my husband, Jared.
This is my wife, Jenny.
And this is Cherry Pie Cottage.
And we're turning it up to 11!
Whoop, whoop.
Because this is episode 11.
So, we live in Lubbock, Texas. We love it here. It's Texas, so of course we love it. But thank you to all new and returning viewers. We appreciate y'all so very, very, very much. Especially since we haven't done like a real episode in about a month, but that's because we were on vacation. We did do a live last time, though.
We did do it live.
So we are still uploading every 2 weeks, but
roughly.
Our schedule should be back on, so it should be a regular episode every 2 weeks.
Summer's over, vacations are over.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly.
Today is Saturday, August the
12th.
Thank you.
I believe.
Is it the 12th?
11th.
11th. 11th.
It's one of those days.
It's been a while. We have to get back in the groove of things. Yeah. So, what's been going on lately?
This.
What? I buzzed his head.
Yep.
He asked me to.
I was getting tired of any time I walked outside, and in case y'all didn't realize, maybe we haven't said it enough, it gets kind of windy here. So.
And dirt.
And dirt and just hot. And so I was getting tired of any time I walked outside without a hat on, just my hair doing all sorts of crazy things. You know, it's like the wacky waving inflatable floating arm tube men.
Or in order to cook, he has to put on a hat so that way his hair doesn't fall on his face.
Yeah, if I'm bent over like this, then it would all just hang right there. So I said, you know what? Let's just start over.
He hadn't done that in a while. Like, since he was military, he hasn't done that. But
she did it for me. She did a good job. I think you did a good job, babe.
Thanks.
I didn't want to go, like, super short.
And I didn't want him to go back to the military haircut.
So it's still soft.
Yeah.
See? Feel?
Yeah. Still very soft.
Still soft, but... yeah, that's...
Yep. And the reason why his hair was so long is because, again, he used to be prior military. He was trying to see how long he could grow up before he couldn't stand it any longer.
And I got my answer.
You got a lot longer than you have in the past. And he didn't want to spend the money to go and get it cut again. He wanted to just completely start over.
I think in the 2 years since I left the military, roughly 2 years since I left the military, I've had maybe 5 haircuts in 2 years, which is
significantly lower.
Yeah, significantly less than what I always got in the military, because I'd have to go at least once a month. Yeah. So
I was never in the military, so I just do my hair however I want. Matter of fact, I'm planning on chopping it off. So it's about like mid-back right now.
I love it.
But you probably won't see it down very often because I have very thick curly hair. And again, it's hot. So I'm going to chop it off so I can actually leave it down. And I want to chop it to here. So
something else that's been going on is the kids just got done with VBS at church.
Well, Stink Bug did. Monkey helped.
So she was helping out. He was actually participating. So I only went Wednesday night because it was the last night and it was right before our midweek.
Well, you went Saturday to help with the decorations.
I went Saturday to help decorate, but that's not really...
Yeah, that was an all-day thing.
Yeah, it was very involved.
Yes. Me and the kids went back up Monday night for actual VBS. And by the way, if you don't know what VBS stands for, it stands for Vacation Bible School. But it's basically where you have kids over that are not just part of your congregation, but in your community. Mm-hmm. You put out flyers and announce it and everything and invite everybody in the community to come, and you have a theme and you do arts and you do snacks and games and you also do Bible lessons. Our theme was shipwrecked.
I think that was like the popular theme this year. I saw a lot of a lot of different churches were doing that same theme.
Yeah. It tended to be Church Christ that were doing it too.
Maybe.
But that was earlier in the week. That was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And when Wednesday came around and it was over and done with, when it was done, we stayed an extra hour and a half to tear down all the decorations. So that was fun.
So
put the church the church building back to normal.
Yep.
So, and before that, the whole reason why we had to do a live last time is because we were on vacation. Mm-hmm. And it was great. It was 9 days. Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. We went to my family reunion, which we go, this is the same we take this vacation every year.
Yeah.
And we pretty much do the same thing every year. But
this year was a little different.
Yeah. We go to a family reunion for 3 days, and then on the 4th day is when everybody leaves that morning to check out. That day we leave, and then we go to San Marcos, and we go shopping at the outlet malls there, and we eat at this fantastic burger place called Centerpoint.
The best.
Burgers are good.
I don't know about the best, but
they're pretty
some
good.
of the best burgers in Texas.
Yes, they're really good. It's right off I-35.
Yes.
Yeah. And then on the other side of I-35 is the outlet malls. So it's really convenient. And then that Thursday we went to Slitterbahn. And we have been going to Slitterbahn since I was 6. My family has. And he's been going since we've been married. Both of our kids have been going since before they were 2.
Before we got married, I didn't even know really what Schlitterbahn was.
No,
I think I may have heard of it, but
his exact remarks were, a water park is a water park. I don't understand the big deal.
Yeah.
After his first trip, his first ride, he was like, okay, it's different.
Yeah.
And it's river fed, so it's ice cold. So if you go with us the first time, you get to get in first on the first ride. So you get in completely dry.
Yeah.
So we made him do it, and we're all looking over the rails at him. And he's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just river water.
Yeah.
Well, after you're standing in line for what, an hour? No, at that time, early in the day, it was like 20 minutes. But you also had been waiting for a good hour and a half just to get into the park, because we do it right.
Yeah, we get there super early, probably an hour before they even open the doors. So that way we can get the same parking spot
under a tree.
It's under a tree,
shaded.
Nice and shaded.
Not too far from the door.
Yeah, I mean, it's real close. We don't have to walk really far at all. But we get there really early. That way, and also so we can get our table, which we had to get a different table this year because they changed up the seating.
But it's shaded.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. And that's the other thing. You can take a picnic and nobody will mess with your stuff.
Yeah.
And they have lockers to put valuables in, so we do that. We all share one locker because it's only us women that put purses in there. And then my dad and Jared give us the wallets and all of that, and we put those in there. But so after, about an hour, and you've got sunscreen on, and you've been in line for 20 to 30 minutes at most for the first ride of the day.
Yeah.
Plus, that ride is right there next to where we have our table anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You get your tube, you get in the line, you go up, but you're already kind of sweaty, and since you have the sunscreen on that you haven't gotten in the water yet, you're kind of sticky. So when he sat down in his tube in the water, he made a noise I've never heard him make before.
It's
really cold.
It'll wake you up in the morning. It will definitely wake you up.
Yes.
And yeah, like she said, if it's your first time, you don't get to have a chance to acclimate to the water before you get in that first ride.
Because we didn't let him get in the pool, which is right there by the table too. We didn't let him get in it.
I wanted to get in the pool so I could get used to it and I wouldn't be so shocked. But they wouldn't let me.
Lay down.
So.
Pardon us, our dogs.
Sorry.
Lay down.
Did we ever mention what happened with them too?
No.
Little stink pots. Right before we go on vacation, this vacation that we're talking about, I get a call at work saying that the dogs are fighting and they couldn't get them separated. So I rush home and everything, and I mean, they're both bloodied up, they're both cut up.
No we didn't have to have stitches.
They didn't have to get any stitches, thank goodness, so no cone of shame. But
we didn't.
I mean, they kind of tore into each other.
Asked the vet about it, and apparently they just annoyed each other.
Yep.
And she said that she has seen it where it is a father and son that are beagles that have done that to each other.
And these two are sisters. They came out of the same litter and everything. So they've been together their whole lives.
Yeah.
It's just they got annoyed with each other. And
we think that they were slightly stressed out because we had started our pile of stuff for vacation. And they knew something was going on, but they weren't sure. So I think that their stress levels were a little high and they just annoyed each other. And it was probably over the bed. One of them wanted to lay down on the bed, and the other one wouldn't move over. So because in general, they get along great. Like as soon as we calmed them down and pulled them apart and separated them, we cleaned them up a little bit, and then when we put them together to go take them to the vet, they were licking each other's wounds like it was no big deal. And the vet said that it's just normal dog behavior.
Yep.
So, and haven't had a problem since. But luckily, since we took them to the vet boarded them while we were gone at vacation, and it was actually going to be cheaper than taking them to PetSmart. And we were able to get their normal checkup and all their shots and all that done. So that was fantastic. That was great.
So anyway, back to vacation. If y'all are interested in Schlitterbahn, I would absolutely suggest doing it. But I would suggest going to the one in New Braunfels, Texas first.
Yes.
There's New Braunfels, there's Kansas City, there's Galveston, and there's South Padre.
Yeah.
But everything except the old park in New Braunfels is all pool water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all pool water.
But they recycle it. Like they clean it and recycle all their water, so they're not using new water all the time.
So the old park in New Braunfels is all river fed. And of course they clean that, they filter that.
And it's more thrill rides too.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
we like to stay at the original park. The original part of the New Braunfels Park.
And you know, it wasn't really crowded this year.
No, it was not. And it was over 100, but it was cloudy, so you didn't really feel... I actually got cold this year when we were sitting in the pool. They went over to the newer part of the original park. There's 3 parks, okay? You have the original. Yes, in New Braunfels. But your ticket price covers all 3. So we usually stay in the newer park because it's more... shaded, so you're not out in the sun all the time. You have trees everywhere. The lines go so much faster because you're not waiting for your tube to come up to you. You're not waiting for somebody to drop off the tube for you to take up. You grab a tube and you just carry it with you to all your rides.
Right.
So you get in and you go. It's great. Other 2 parks have more of your thrill rides. And a lot of those rides, the owner, actually all the rides, the owner invented. So it, like on all your cruise ships where you have like the surfing over the wave, you know, the artificial wave, was invented by the owner of Schlitterbahn. So he patents all of those rides and he sells them, builds them and sells them to all these places. So anytime you see anything that is artificial surfing, came from the guy that owns Schlitterbahn. Any of your water roller coasters, again, that was invented by the guy that owns Schlitterbahn. So that was patented, so he builds them and sells them to other water parks. What else? But they're like, there's one that's called Surfenberg, and that was like you have the original park, then they built Surfenberg, which was great because it's got Dragon Blaster and
it's Dragon's Revenge now.
Yes, it's Dragon's Revenge, but
they changed the name of it.
Yeah, it's the same ride. They just added special effects.
You know, I didn't even know that. I thought there were 2 separate rides. One was Dragon's Revenge, one was Dragon Blaster.
No, it's the exact same one. They just upgraded it and added special effects.
Yeah.
Then you have Cirkenberg, Blastenhoff. Blastenhoff is where you have the Master Blaster and all that. It's a big, tall tower, and there's like, 3 rides that come off of it?
Yeah.
They also have the big...
It's like Wolfpack, Black Knight, and Master Blaster.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all one tower.
Okay.
And it's like all the different rides.
And that's the one that has the wave pool that's a lazy river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, it's not really lazy. It's a tidal river.
Yeah, because you have the waves like you do in a wave pool, but it goes around like a lazy river.
Yeah. And New Braunfels is a German settled area. So that's why you have names like Blastenhof and Schlitterbahn and Surfenberg. Pretty much every place, every business there, like if they have the word house in the name of the business, it's Haus.
Yeah.
So it's very German themed in the way they name things there, at least. Oh, and there's a German restaurant there, the Oma's House.
Oh, they have German nachos, and it's got bratwurst on the nachos. Good. Hey, our dogs are being...
They're just wanting to play right now.
Yeah.
Like they're being noisy about it.
Yeah. So we got sidetracked. So we did Schlitterbahn, and that was great. And we do that right. We've been doing it for, I don't know.
Well, like you said, since you were like 6.
Yeah, for years. Both of our kids have been going since right before they turned 2. They didn't ride all the rides. There are some that I wouldn't let them ride, like Whitewater, even though that's now their favorite ride. But check it out. It's also been on Travel Channel in top 10 water
was
parks.
it the one in New Braunfels that was featured?
Yes.
One of the others.
It was, but it was the newer part. They showed like one ride from
the old one.
Yeah, from the original part of it. So, and then all the other parks that have now been opened outside of New Braunfels are just like Surfenberg and Blastenhof.
Yeah.
So the one in South Padre, though, all the rides like interconnect, and you get on a
conveyor.
It's like a conveyor belt, but you just stay in your tube. So they just push you on your tube on the conveyor belt, push you back up to the top, and you just go. And when you come to the parts where you want to go, the lifeguard sends you down the ride you want to go down. So you could just essentially stay in your tube all day and never have to get out and get in line.
That's good unless you're like me and you have to reapply the sunscreen.
Yeah, that's the only problem is it's exposed. There's no shade or anything. Yeah. Which is kind of funny that the one that we go to because it's shaded, but it's the only one that's river water, so it's the coldest one.
Yeah.
But it felt really great when it was 109 that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that was Thursday. Then Friday we did. We played 4.
Topgolf.
Sorry. 4 is here. Yeah. Played Topgolf. And I posted some pictures on Instagram.
Topgolf is fun.
Yes. I don't like golf, but I like Topgolf. You basically whack the ball as hard as you can and try and hit it into the furthest hole. And you get points.
Well, if that's the game you're playing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we were because that's what the girls were. There's 7 of us when you have my parents and my sister. So we split up because you can't put all 7 of us in one bay. It's only up to 6. And it's a really good price because it's only $25 per bay per hour. So a group of 6 can go and do it for $25.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. And then after that, we went to the San Antonio Aquarium, which...
kind of dinky.
It's dinky. But then when we got back, we discovered that somebody had stolen one of the baby sharks from their tanks because a lot of their tanks are open.
Yeah.
So you can stick your hand in there and baby sharks, and the guy was just letting the little 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds stick their hands way down in there as he's throwing food in.
They're more like nurse sharks.
Yeah.
So they're not like aggressive ones. It's not going to be like a tank of tiger sharks or something. But it's just little reef sharks. And
then they had our favorite tank was the Stingray.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it was open. So you could just come over and kind of stand there because it's plexiglass. They'd see you and they'd come up and like flap at you and you could pet them. And our stink bug is like allergic to shrimp. And that's all the food they had to feed the stingrays. Well, the guy was getting ready to like feed them, and he set aside a couple of pieces of just plain old fish, separate from the shrimp, just so stink bug could feed the stingrays. We thought that was really awesome of him.
Hand feed them.
Yeah, feed them.
So I mean, you just hold the piece of fish or shrimp or whatever between your fingers, and they come up and suck it off your hand.
Yeah.
So.
But it's more for like little kids, and it's kind of dinky, and for the price we paid, I was not very happy with it. So
I think it's good one time.
Yeah,
but
we'll do it again.
Yeah. And then we did the escape room.
Yeah, that was the next day. We did the escape room. That was great.
That was a lot of fun.
But we had 7 people, and that was too many people. And that one was called Escape House.
Escape, yeah.
Because it was HAUS. Because it was in New Braunfels.
Yep.
So, and then we went and watched the 3rd Hotel Transylvania. Mm-hmm. That was fun. And then we came home the next day and picked up our puppies and still wishing we were on vacation. It was a really good vacation. We actually, a lot of times on vacation, we're just like towards the end, we're like, okay, when can we go home? When can we go home? This one, we were not ready to come home.
No.
We were ready to just hang out and do some more. And my family, not just us 4, but my parents and my sister, have all decided we are going on a cruise in 2 years. In 2020.
Years. Yep.
So,
which is nice because that'll be our 15th anniversary. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a nice kind of 15th anniversary celebration to go on a cruise.
Because we ain't getting nothing for the 14th.
No.
The 13th, we really didn't do much either. We went to San Antonio. Just us, but...
Yeah. Which we didn't even do that on our anniversary. We were just there.
That was our planned celebration. But we're going to go down the Western Caribbean?
Yes.
Yes.
Closest to Mexico.
Yep. Early June because that's the cheapest. And my sister's a teacher, so she...
it has to be in the summertime.
Yeah. And spring break is just as expensive. And that, it's still going to be cold. Yeah. And we're going to do a 7-day cruise because if we are spending all that money, I want to be on the ship for as long as possible. So, it'll be fun. And one of the stops is the one where they have the pigs that swim in the ocean.
That's going to be neat.
Yeah.
Salty bacon.
And that was our vacation.
Yep.
It was great. It's a big family vacation because, like I said, it's my parents and my sister too. So, been doing it for years, and we change up a few things every once in a while. But the reunion and Schlitterbahn are always part of it.
Yeah. It's in years past we've always done 2 days at Schlitterbahn.
Yes.
But this year we only did 1 because her parents are both retired now, so they're on fixed incomes, and
my sister, it's just her.
We took a pretty serious pay cut when I left the military,
and we just bought a house.
Her sister just bought a house, so we're all a little cash poor, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe. But anyway, so that was our vacation.
It's great. And
the last new thing that's going on in our world is we have both started the keto diet.
Yay.
If you haven't heard of it, newest fad diet that some people follow religiously, some people just give it a try. We're just kind of giving it a try. Whole basic concept of it is extremely low carb intake, but a high fat, high protein, high fiber intake.
So it's a lot of meat and green vegetables.
Yeah. Which I love because I can have as much bacon and cheese as I want.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, last night we had zucchini boats that had
they were good.
Mozzarella, bacon, and pepperoni in them.
Yeah, and mine had mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one in the family that likes mushrooms.
And we each had 1 zucchini.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 2 boats, but we were full. Oh, and then we had wisps. They're cheese cracker.
We didn't bring the bag over.
No, but they're 1 gram of carbs per 23 crisps.
Yeah.
And I had made guacamole the night before because we had keto nachos.
Yeah. And they're not big. They're maybe the size of a quarter, maybe a little bigger.
But it's like a bag of chips, really. Your serving size, and it's 1 gram.
Yeah, and I mean it's just cheese
and quinoa, but
it has quinoa.
Yeah, as a binder because it's Parmesan cheese.
I thought the other one had quinoa. Oh, okay. But yeah, so I guess that's where the 1 gram of carbs comes from is the quinoa. But we're a week into it. I feel okay. I get hungry, but I don't get starving hungry.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot, and you have to drink like half your body weight in ounces of water. Our biggest problem has been the caffeine intake because we can't have our Dr. Peppers or our Big Reds. Because Big Red has got 60 grams of carbs per 12-ounce can, and Dr. Peppers have 40 grams per 12-ounce can.
Yep.
And I can't do diet. We got a Diet Dr. Pepper yesterday, and I can't. It just does not, I used to drink it all the time. And I try to avoid things with
aspartame.
Aspartame, thank you. See, that's what I thought it was supposed to be called. Because for years, he let me mispronounce it and didn't say anything.
It's because I always got in trouble for correcting you.
No.
But anyway.
We should probably actually get to what this whole podcast is about. And that's knitting. We're sitting here knitting and just jibber-jabbering at you.
I thought this was just a let's talk episode. We're almost a half hour in, and we haven't even talked about yarn.
Or knitting.
Or knitting or anything.
I knit a lot on vacation. Not really. I really didn't knit that much.
So, getting to the knitting portion. The Mal is in full swing.
Yep.
It's still going. You have until the end of November to make things, to put them into the thread, to get drawn for prizes.
What's our MAL for, in case we have new people?
If we have new viewers, the MAL is benefiting the Ronald McDonald House. It can be anything you want to make, as long as, if it's yarn, don't use animal-based yarn. Use acrylic, linen, cotton, stuff like that, just to avoid any possible allergies that might come up.
Can't be store-bought. You have to actually make it.
Yeah. If you want to donate store-bought things, that's fine, but those things will not
count for the MAL.
Will not count for the MAL. You can bake things, you can build things, you can knit, crochet, needlepoint, whatever you want to do. Something made to donate to the Ronald McDonald House. And you can donate it to your local Ronald McDonald House, or you can get it with us. We'll get you our address, and you can send it to us, and we'll donate it here. So,
and
that...
Can you tell them about our grand prize? Do you know what it is?
I'm not 100% sure what the grand prize is.
It is a... Here it is. It is a sweater-sized bag made from this material.
So not this bag.
Not this bag. It'll be sweater-sized. But it's this material. With a skein of yarn from Happy Little Yarn. Yes. Which, by the way, go check out her shop. Her yarn is awesome. And a bag of beaver nuggets. Woot woot.
Everybody loves the nugs.
We have had so many people say, I'm only doing this for the nuggets, which is hilarious to us.
Yes.
So if you want a chance to win those nuggets, you got to get something in the mail. We actually had somebody that was on our live that was commenting that she was hoping she was going to win the beaver nuggets. She didn't. And I told her, well, we have another bag for the grand prize of the MAL. That night or the next morning, she had 2 or 3 entries into the MAL because she really wants to win those beaver nuggets. And I think that that's fantastic. I love it. We have been really slacking on getting our parts of that knitted. We'll get back on that gravy train, I promise.
I figure we could bake a bunch of cookies and take some casseroles up there or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and it can be food. It can
be,
you know, because the Ronald McDonald House, they house people there. People eat there. They provide some food. So
we can take up the macaroni and cheese we bought that we can't have now.
Yeah. Well, it'll be in November, so we could have it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keto diet's going out the window from like October to New Year's.
Mid-October. Because that's because that's when Monkey's birthday is. And I am not baking a cake and doing a whole big Halloween party and not eating it.
That's true. So yeah, mid-October to probably New Year's, keto's going out the window.
Which means I can also have my caramel apple pops. I love those things. They're awesome.
And your apple cider. The Martinelli's apple cider, she loves that stuff.
But they carbonate it, so it's great. Oh, I love it. I don't drink wine, but during October to like January, I sit there with like a wine glass full of it. Full of the apple cider.
Just to feel super posh.
No, it makes me feel grown up. I know that totally sounds lame, but...
If there's kids watching, drinking alcohol is not a staple of being a grown-up.
No. No. And like I said, we don't drink either. So, but yeah, there's that. And we got sidetracked again. This one's going to be hashtag sidetrack.
Rabbit holes part 2.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else to say about the mouth?
I think that's it.
Okay. Oh, and also we pull for prizes once a month.
Yes.
Like at the end of August, we will pull for prizes again. We have 3 prizes, 2 patterns, and a bag and a yarn. So, and then at the end of November, so like December 1st, we'll probably do a live and draw prizes for big grand prize. And you are in for the big grand prize. Not necessarily every single... If you're new, you have a chance to win the prizes. But at this point, almost everybody that has put something in the mail has won a prize. So we're trying to give the newbies prizes first.
I will give one hint, or one tip, I guess, for this mail. If you want a chance at the grand prize, you have to outdo Ginger Bedell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how many entries are in the mail right now, but probably 3/4 to 80% of the entries in there are by Ginger Bedell. So if you want a chance at that grand prize, because it's going to be from beginning to end, we're going to just pick somebody from entry number 2 all the way through the last one.
Yep.
And if you want a chance to beat her, then
you better get busy.
You got to put in a lot more than what she's got.
You can knit little preemie hats. Those are really quick. And baby booties. And I know they can always use those because they take those up to the NICU. They give those to the parents for the NICU.
So,
but
get knitting.
Okay.
Ooh, that should be the episode.
Get knitting.
Get knitting.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Rabbit holes, get knitting. Okay.
So now...
Now it's time for faux party. Do you have any? I should have known better.
You know the answer to that question.
I have 2. Woot woot.
One thing y'all may not know about me is...
He's a slow knitter.
I'm a slow knitter. Okay. So no. I work 12 hours a day. By the time I get home, I want to just sit until it's time to eat, and then sit until it's time to sleep. And
he gets on a kick where, like, he comes home and he just knits, and eats, and knits, and knits, and knits, and knits, and knits. And then he gets on other kicks where he's like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah. Not feeling it.
Nope. So, my first photo, I'm going to need your help. I showed this on the live, but it was not blocked yet. This is my OHRA. I cannot remember by who.
It's by the designer.
Boyland Knits. That's what it was.
See, I helped you remember.
Mm-hmm. But it's awesome. And I had the tassel down here, but then when I put it on, it hit like right here and it looked dumb, so I took it off. I left the fringe on, which I love, but the lace opened up.
It still amazes me that you like the fringe. She's not a fringy person. None of her purses have fringe. She doesn't do
fringe.
Typically, she's like, no, I don't like fringe.
I don't, but there are certain things that I do. Let's see.
She didn't even have tassels on her bike handles growing up. I don't know if she did or not.
Yeah, you really don't. But now I just gotta wait for the cold weather to get here in about umpteen months.
So she could wear it for about 2 weeks and then it gets too hot.
No, I'll wear it for a while. But
this is something that it doesn't even necessarily have to be cold. It can
it's a fingering weight. So
like mid to late fall you can start wearing it.
When it gets down to like 75, because then the church building starts getting a little bit colder.
Mm-hmm.
It starts getting a little bit cooler here, so but love it. So let me tell you about the colors. I don't know how much I had left. I had maybe 20, 30 grams. Maybe, probably less. But this one, the gray and white it's showing up like a brownie color, but it's not. It's gray. Is Barn Owl Knits, 100% merino. I don't remember the name, and I don't want to go dig for it. But it's all on my Ravelry project. So if you want to know the colorway, you can. This is a Mad Tosh, and I love that color. These two here are Miss Babs. The black and white one is Graphite, and then the greeny one, I can't remember the name of it, but they were both the 2-ply toes. I can't remember what the name of it was.
This is why we should always keep our yarn bands.
I do, but my yarn and the bands are in my leftovers. But anyways, like I said, it's on my project page, so if you want to know the colorways, you can go and look it up. But I love this shawl. I love the cable down the spine. I love the fringe. I love the eyelets. I even love this garter part. It's just, I love the shawl so much. Now I can't wait to wear it. So it's just gorgeous to me. And Monkey wants me to let her borrow this one and make her one. And I said, we'll see. I don't know if I want to share. My second faux is for Monkey. I finished her socks, her mismatched. But this one, they're both aerial colorways from Desert Vista Dye Works in the Zombody ones. This one is Mer Zombody, which is the aerial one, and then this one is Sea Zombody, which something.
No, Sea Zombody.
Sea Zombody. This is the witch, Ursula one, but I didn't use, but maybe a quarter of the skein, and they're 100 grams, so I have a ton left over to knit some other things. This was going to be for Christmas, but I slipped up and accidentally told her what I was knitting. She knew I had the yarn. So, and it's sparkly. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can see that sparkle.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the black.
Yeah.
And like the black stripes right up here.
Mm-hmm. And this one's sparkle. Oh, you can really see that one. Yeah. But she loves them and has been waiting for me to podcast so she can have them. She is so excited about these. Little Mermaid is her favorite Disney princess. So she was excited about that. And she likes to wear mismatched socks, which is why I knit her one in each color. So now she has Little Mermaid socks. But that's all I have for Faux Party. But you know what else I have? I have cast-on-itis since I cast on 2 things. And I frogged a bunch of things. Can you believe that?
Me too.
You want me to go first since I have 2? You do yours in between mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in my defense, my cast-on-itis is for both of the children. So, since I cast off a pair of socks and I had to frog my Christmas ones because they were too small, and the yarn and the pattern both are in timeout now. I can't. So I had no socks on the needles, and you'll see in whips I did cast on 1 pair, but I'm going to cast on this for Stink Bug, and this is Trekking XXL. The colorway is 576.
Such a creative name.
I know. But it's a really hard-working wool. It's 75% new wool and 25% nylon. I'm going to cast on a pair of socks for Stink Bug. So, it was him or Jared, and Jared has 2 pairs. I knit him a pair, and he knit himself a pair. My Stink Bug only has 1. So, there's that. I'm casting that one on. What is your cast-on-itis?
So my cast-on-itis is something that I was working on, but decided to change it up.
You'll see why in whip.
You'll see why.
He'll explain more.
So, my cast-on item is the Harlow hat, the Harlow brioche hat, and I'm going to use
By who?
by Drea Renee Knits
Or
Andrea Mowry.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be using this Savvy Skeins in the Tsunami colorway.
That he looked for over a year for.
I love this. I love this. And I mentioned in our last actual episode that I think it's inspired by the Great Wave of Kanagawa painting. And if you've ever seen the Japanese painting of the big wave with the longboat, you know what painting I'm talking about. And I hope that's what it is, because I love that painting and I love this yarn. And this is the Sensible Sock Tsunami colorway, 430 yards, 100 grams in the fingering. So I got this at the Tinsmith's Wife in Comfort, Texas.
One of our favorite. It's one of the two that's closest to us.
And I'm going to brioche this with this. Okay? And I think those colors look great together. I don't care what y'all say. This is Araucania yarns in the Huasco base, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Show them the tag.
Huasco.
It's from Peru,
Yeah,
so
it's
not...
It's Peruvian hand-dyed yarn.
We're probably botching that name.
I'm not Peruvian. I don't know how to say Peruvian things. So, this is 100% wool, 100 grams, 454 yards. In, I guess that'd be a fingering weight.
Yes,
right?
it is a fingering weight.
Yeah, fingering weight.
Both of those are.
And this is color 131 tonals. So again, super creative on the naming of that yarn.
What does the front of the tag say?
Huasco.
Oh, that's the name for River of Gold.
Yeah. That's the... Huasco is the Mapuche word for River of Gold.
Yeah. And it's extra fine.
Extra fine merino wool. So that is going to be my next project in the Harlow pattern, because I figured out brioche and I love it. I love the look of it, and yeah. So that is my cast-on itis.
My second one is for Monkey. And this one I planned on knitting her at some point once I got another one of mine cast off. But she's had a rough time this week.
For reasons we don't need to go into.
No.
But
she's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's just she's 15.
Girl things.
Not
not
girl things.
Teenager things.
Dating things. But this is a sweater that it's by Joji Locatelli. It was in the Interpretations 5. It's Separate Ways. I own the book, but I printed out the pattern so I can write all over it and not feel bad.
Well, if you own the book, write in it.
I highlighted her size, but I am, and it's a boxy one, so I can show you the schematic. But it's going to be a boxy sweater, which and 3/4, which is like Monkey to a T. The girl lives in sweatshirts and tights in the wintertime. So, and since we homeschool, that's like her daily wear. Now, when we go out, we do make her put on something besides tights. So,
I said it before, I'll say it again. Tights are not pants, people.
So you have like this color, like that's what's in the collar. She's going to use this gray, and all of this is going to be the Knit Pick Stroll. But this is the basalt fingering. And then for the stripes, we're going to use these 3 colors.
Well, that'll look nice.
Yeah, and it's her. She still likes pink, but blue is like her favorite right now.
It'll look like a stormy Easter egg.
So we have mint, we have dogwood heather, and wonderland heather. So, and it's a fingering weight sweater, which means that she will definitely wear it. And it's big and oversized, so she is like, so we went and we picked out the colors from my stash. I only have to order 1 more of each of these for the whole thing. Well, I might order 2 more of these just to be on the safe side. because you need a lot more of this. But for her size, and she is super excited about it. So excited about it, and I actually am too. Because now I have the excuse that I can cast on another sweater, because it's not for me. It's for her. But I plan on casting that on as soon as we are done with the podcast. And I didn't bring needles over on purpose, so I wouldn't cast it on. But that's all I have for cast on notice. How about you?
That's all I have.
So, what's in the news today, dear?
So, I may not have told you this, but an old girlfriend of mine contacted me on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. She was my cross-eyed ex-girlfriend.
Oh, okay. She's cross-eyed. Okay.
The reason we broke up is we just couldn't see eye to eye. And I also found out that she was seeing somebody on the side.
Oh. Well, I'm glad y'all broke up. Anything else in the news?
What's ET short for?
I don't know. Extraterrestrial?
Because he's got little legs. So I went on Amazon and I ordered 2,000 pounds of Chinese soup.
Why?
It was wonton.
That's a good soup. What else is in the news, dear?
Why couldn't Elijah join Habitat for Humanity?
Why?
It's a non-profit organization.
That was a good one. High five. Any other news?
What is a houseware?
Houseware?
What does a
No.
houseware?
Does it wear houseware?
No, a dress.
It's so stupid, but it's funny.
What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt.
Is there anything else in the news? Or do we need to
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one
out.
out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one out. Why does the mermaid wear seashells?
Why?
Because she outgrew her bee shells.
That's bordering on not clean. Oh, honey.
I heard that one and I had to put it in.
Oh, honey.
Okay, that's all I got.
And we're back. Now it's time for
Whip It.
Whip it good. I'm gonna go since I have a lot more whips than you.
You always have more than me.
Well, the thing is, I finished 2 projects. So then I really got in the mood to finish something else. So that actually interpreted into let's knit on 5 or 6 different projects and not finish any of them.
Plus you do hydra knitting. Hydra knitting. You see the mythological creature, the hydra, if you cut one head off, like 7 more grow in its place. Okay, so when you finish a project, it's like it's time to cast on 7 new things.
I didn't. I actually frogged 2 projects and cast on a new pair of socks, and that was it. So that was 4 projects off the needles and only cast on 1. I have 2 more, but they're not even for me.
Okay, so maybe not hydra knitting.
Typically I am, but I'm trying to get away from that. My box of shame is dwindling. It's getting smaller, so that's fantastic.
Mine isn't. I have a box of shame too.
It's because he is obsessive. He obsesses about one project till it's done and then starts looking to cast on something new instead of working on other projects. Or he's just obsessive about it till he gets bored. And then it just sits.
Yeah. Like my scarf.
Yeah. Your Star Wars double knitting?
Well, both my scarves then, I guess.
Oh, your cable scarf.
I think I frogged the Star Wars, or just got rid of the Star Wars one.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Again, it's buried deep within the recesses of my box of shame.
So, the project that I am knitting on right now is going to be a hat. Just a plain old hat. It's not really, no pattern to it or anything, but it's my purse knitting. And I knit a pair of socks out of this sock blank from Knitty and Color. And I really wanted to use up the rest of the yarn, so I just cast on a hat. And if I don't have enough to finish it up, I have some other yarn in my stash that I can use at the top. So, but that's, and it's just straight round and round and round and round. So it's really good for podcast knitting too. Or when the kids are doing LTC. So it just sits in my purse and that's when I work on it. But that's it. Do you want to talk about yours or do you want me to go ahead and do another one?
No, I want to talk about mine.
Okay.
So like I said, in cast-onitis, those 2 yarns are going to be the Harlow hat. And that's what this one was going to be.
Now it's going to be the Harlow cowl.
Now it's going to be the Harlow cowl.
He hacked the pattern.
I guess. I don't know. But brioche, just straight brioche, no pattern, no fanciness because I can't figure that part out yet. What had happened was, I got to the point where I was ready to do the crown decreases.
And you're doing it in what weight? DK.
Yeah, mine is in DK. The pattern for the Harlow calls for fingering. And I'm using Heavenly Fiber, which is an indie dyer that we found down in New Braunfels. Heavenly Fiber on the Angel DK, 45% baby alpaca, 45% 19.5 micron merino, and 10% silk.
And it's really awesome.
And it's a 2-ply, and it's super soft, super squishy. The blue is the Unseelie Fay, and the orange is Autumn.
And it's going to be really hard wearing. It's going to stay together because of the silk in it. The silk's going to give it some strength.
So I did hack the pattern because it does call for fingering, and I was using DK, which might have been my first mistake. I don't know. But, so I have fewer stitches on there, or not necessarily fewer, but an odd number of stitches from what the pattern calls for.
The decreases got him.
So, yeah, getting to the decreases, it wouldn't have been even. So, I'm not 100% sure on how to change it or how to figure it out. So this one is just going to turn into a cowl. And then I'm going to use those other 2 yarns, the Tsunami and the Huasco, which are fingering weight, and I'm going to knit the actual by the pattern hat. But I love the look of this. The orange especially, it's got little pops of green here and there. It's got some gold, some red.
Wasn't that copper penny or rusted penny or something?
No, it's autumn.
Oh, the rusted penny was another one you liked that was like that, but this one's got
the autumn colorway. And I guess that 19.5 micron merino is just super fine merino. So this I've got about another inch or so to do before I can bind it off to be a cowl. And I'm basing that off of my Messalina cowl that I had knit a while back. This is the perfect height for me. And this one I can even fold over and it still covers my neck considerably. And if I fold it over, there ain't no cold air getting through it. So
but remember, that one's been blocked too.
Yeah.
And that one's going to grow, and I can lay it out this way so it's not going to get bigger around, but it'll get taller.
Right.
So you probably could only knit about another ½ inch and bind it off.
I'm fine with another inch. Okay. By this point, it's probably only another 3/4 of an inch. So, but that's what I'm basing the length of it off of. This is about 9 inches, and I'm at 8 on that one. So that is my whip.
And he does all of his own stuff on his knitting except for the washing and the blocking. I do that.
Yeah. And she doesn't know how to brioche.
No.
And I don't know how to lace knit.
No.
So we're even.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm working on. And I love these colors. They work great together. And even when you stretch it, I mean, it doesn't get holy. You know? Like some of my other hats, if I stretch them, they get holy, and then it kind of defeats the purpose of wearing a beanie. But I love this.
And with your hair being like this, you can wear it and not worry about messing up your hair now.
That was another reason for doing this, is because as winter gets here, I'm going to want to wear my beanies. And if I've got long hair, I can't wear my beanies because the hair gets messed up.
And he's got more of a reason to wear a beanie now.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to get pomade in my beanies.
No.
So,
and Stinkbug had me knit him a cowl. Yeah. It was a faux.
This should be done probably by the end of the day. If I keep working on it today, I can have this done. I just got to figure out now how to bind off brioche. I don't know if it's the same as just binding off regular knitting or not, but
we can look at it. But I really kind of think that you probably could just bind it off regular. Like when you go around, do you knit the yarn overs and that one stitch together?
Well,
then you would just bind those off
like
together.
That right there is one stitch.
Then yeah, you would just bind those off together like normal.
Okay.
But what did you use to cast on with? Which color? Because that's the one you need
I think
to
it was
use.
Both, actually.
Oh. Well, I guess you could use both. Just brioche it around, alternating colors like you usually do, and...
Well, you don't do both colors at the same time.
I would do blue, honestly.
Yeah, see, I'm over here. My blue's there.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
I don't know. But that's my whip.
My bow's all...
And it's my first brioche. And if you've never done brioche, it is... I mean, just feel how squishy that is.
I know.
It is awesome.
And I might have to learn how to do brioche because... Sarah from Cozy Up Knits... I have all the other patterns for the girls. I have a Jamie shawl in progress. I finished my Katie shawl. I have a... Chrissy shawl. And then Sarah has finally gotten hers all done and is supposed to be putting it out next month, I think is what they said. But she's got brioche on the end. So I'm either going to have to learn how to do brioche or I will hack it and put a rib in instead. I probably will hack it and do a rib instead.
I could teach you how to do brioche.
Oh, I know you could. But this one's like, it's got a design in it and everything.
Oh, yeah, no, that I can't do.
So...
This is baby steps, okay?
Yeah. I'm not scared of brioche. I just don't want to have to learn how to do something that's complicated. That's...
Oh, and I do have a couple oopses. There's one right... Oh,
we can see it.
Right there. And then one right there. Those are my only two mess-ups in the whole thing.
But you could flip it out and put the orange on the outside and nobody would even know. Or
well, no, because I think
I
think the oops carries over to the other side as well.
Well, if you're not a knitter, you're really not going to notice either. No, it doesn't.
Oh, well, right there it does. That one does.
Oh.
But the other one doesn't. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did wrong. I just got blinded by the rhythm and messed up somehow. Mm-hmm. So
he has to still look at his knitting when he's doing it. Yeah. Whereas me, I don't want to have to concentrate the whole project on my knitting. Which is why I like, on my lace, I don't do like super overcomplicated lace. I do know how to do it, I choose not to because I don't want to have to concentrate on it all the time. But my next whip is in my Disney posters bag, and it's my Chrissy shawl. Since I was just talking about the Cozy Up girls. But that's what it looks like. And I've actually worked on it. I actually got in the mood to do garter. Can you believe that?
There's a first.
Yeah. So, I am on the short rows right now. No, I'm not. I finished the short rows. I am on the lace section right now. So, it's still going to be a while. And this is in Fingering Wake. On, let's see, Knit Picks Navy. I believe that's what that is. Yep, Knit Picks Navy Stroll Fingering. And then my main color is Lamb Woman Knits Winter Mint on her sock base 7525 Superwash Merino. And I love this colorway so much. But this is like that minty blue, icy blue color that I am like.
Matches your shirt.
Yes, just about.
A little bit.
Just about. It's a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But
some of the darker spots would match.
Yeah. but I am really liking this. And I can't believe that I got in the mood to do garter. Because I was up here, where this is. Like at the beginning of a, at the beginning of a garter section. And I finished this whole garter section. I did the squishy garter, and now I'm onto the lace. So.
Is there a difference between garter and squishy garter?
Yes. But it's secret sauce.
Oh, okay.
I can explain it to you later.
Okay.
It's in the pattern. They did do a tutorial on how to do it, though. So, but it's not my pattern, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
Because it's a paid-for pattern. So there's that. I have one more old whip that I was working on. Nope, two more. Sorry. This one I showed like towards the very beginning of when we first started podcasting, and I just didn't want to because garter. And like I said, I really decided I wanted to do garter because, see, it's divided up in sections. So you do short, you actually, this is your cast on edge right here. So you knit each wedge. So I finished this wedge. I was only like right here on it, towards the very beginning. I finished another wedge, and then I've started another one, and this one doesn't even have short rows in it. This one is just straight back and forth. But this edge, I love this edge. So it's bobbles. I love it. This pattern is by Hohi. It is, what is it called? Pure Joy, I believe. Oh, no, Inner Peace. Pure Joy, I do have that pattern too. But Inner Peace, help if I wouldn't drop it. By Hohi. And, I've already done that one. Excuse me. It would be better if I would just, you know, staple these together. But I am working on wedge number 4. So, here. This one. So I'm almost halfway through. But, and then that's, I'll probably just show you the whole thing. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. So long and skinny. But, and this yarn has got a really high twist to it, and it's plump. So it's not, I mean, I still have a little bit of a drape, but blocking it out is going to give me more of the drape that I'm looking for. What are you giggling about?
It's actually how people describe me. Really twisted, but plump.
Yarn is Miss Babs. On her Kira base. So it's 560 yards of 100% superwash merino. And it's a heavy fingering weight. So. But I love it. It's going to be really pretty. And it might end up being a Christmas present or something.
For me?
Totally for you. I don't know. We'll see. It might just go in the Christmas pile. It's one of those where I bought the yarn several years ago, and at the time I really liked it, but it's a little bit more muted for me. The minty is more muted than I was hoping for. So, but we'll see. I'm enjoying the knit, so that's really what matters. It'll go in the gift pile and go to Monkey or my mom. So, or if I can block it out enough, it might even go to Grammar's. I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
This is a bag that I made, and this is like extra, extra large sweater bag. This is not.
Or her typical purse size.
It is not. Rude. But this fabric is Alice in Wonder. It was an Alice in Wonderland one. I love the inside. It's all different kinds of teapots and stuff. And tea. I love this bag so much.
And that is not in the shop, right?
No. Okay. And this one has the wrong kind of zipper on it. So it was before I discovered good zippers. But yeah.
Who would have thought that there were good zippers and bad zippers?
Yeah. I use good zippers on all of my bags in the shop, just so y'all know. But this is knit out of Knit Pick, swish worsted on the Dusk colorway. Yep, Dusk. And it is the Portage cardigan by, I don't know, Melissa whatever.
Shashashwari.
I can't pronounce it.
I probably just completely, I know I butchered that name. Melissa, I apologize if you're watching.
But
Shashawari.
here's the front of it.
Samsonite. I was way off.
And here's the back of it. So now you probably want to actually see the sweater, right? And it's a cardigan. But I have separated for the sleeves. So here's the top part. I thought I just threw something off the table, but it was just the needle. And I put it on a really big cable because I didn't want it bunched up, and I tried it on. And it fits. And I am not going to knit it as long as what the pattern calls for because it has pockets, and I want to actually be able to reach the pockets. So
couldn't you just put the pockets higher up?
no, because the pockets are put on when you put on the ribs.
Is this the one that the Cozy Up girls were all making?
No. See?
Where they hacked it?
The pockets. I'd like to be able to reach the pockets. So I am not a tall person. I am a short person. So I am doing the waist shaping increases, and then I'll knit for a few more inches, and then I can do the ribbing around it, and then I pick up for the collar and the pockets, and then I put on the sleeves. So let's see if I wait to do the sleeves until I've done all of that. I might end up doing this. I might get done with the increases and then go ahead and do the sleeves. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited because it's a big fluffy sweater coat, kind of. But this is what I live in the wintertime. I live in cardigans. So because if I get hot, then I can take the cardigan off. But this is what I live in. And I love it so much. And I'm hoping to get this finished before it gets super cold. But what? Did you mess up?
No, I just flipped my stitch marker right off my needle.
That's how many times you've lost the stitch marker and had to replace it?
That is not the point.
So that is all of my old widths that I have been working on. Like I said, I am hoping to finish this before like November, December. It'd be great if I could finish it around November because then I can wear it for Thanksgiving, which will be great. I wore my sweater last year to Thanksgiving. My one and only sweater I have ever finished. But that's what I do. I get really super excited and I order the yarn in like February and I work on it and I work on it. And then about March or April, I'm like, meh, I'm done. And I put it to the side until about mid-August. And then I pick it up and I just work really diligently on it. So after frogging 2 projects, seriously?
I found it though.
2 times just today he has lost his stitch marker for the beginning of the round. So after frogging 2 projects, one is shawl, and I frogged the shawl because I have 3 skeins of that yarn. It's no makers, so I want to get a gray to go with it and knit a sweater, a cardigan, and then a pair of socks because it was my Christmas ones. They were too tight, and again, like I said, in timeout. I am finishing 2 projects. So frogging 2, finishing 2. So it's 4 projects off the needles. I only cast on 1 new project. Can you believe that?
No.
And this yarn, posted a picture of it on Instagram. But, oh my goodness. Isn't it gorgeous? This is Flying Goat Farm. Serious, Flying Goat Farm.
Flying Goat Farm.
Hand-dyed yarn, luxurious fiber. This is superwash Coriadel nylon sock. I got this when we were visiting friends in DC, but we were in Baltimore, so it was at a shop in Baltimore, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name. But these socks are going to be so nice. It's a heavier fingering weight, so but I am knitting these Scatterbee socks by Amy Stringer, and this is a free pattern, as it says there. See? But I'm not too far in, but I got the toes done and part of the pattern. And yes, these are going to be for me. Isn't it pretty? It's just slip stitches, and you're gonna knit it in that. Maybe. Because yeah, it's supposed to be for speckled. Really? So it would work. This is more of a tonal, but I don't care. I've been looking for, when I knit socks that are not self-striping, they need to have a pattern, because otherwise it will take me a year or more to finish them.
I don't know.
So, but it's slipped stitches, and what did you call them? You wrap the yarn twice into a stitch, so that way it makes the stitch long enough to slip it the next round, because you slip it twice. But I love this pattern, and I love these socks. So, and I cast these on yesterday. Well, I technically cast them on Thursday, and I followed her toe pattern, but I didn't like it, so I frogged it and did the seam-free rounded toe, because that's what I prefer. I don't like the pointed toe. I just don't. So, but that's the only thing that I have cast on. New. Granted, I'm going to sometime before the next podcast cast on another pair of socks for little man, because it's getting to be winter time. He needs another pair. And this one is more hardy. It's not Malabrigo. It's trekking. And I'm going to cast on that sweater for Monkey. Did I say his name? I said Stinkbug? Or Little Man?
I think you said Little Man.
Okay. I go back and forth between calling him Little Man and Stinkbug. But that's all of my new cast-ons. And my whips. So it's really not too bad. I picked up some older ones that I hadn't worked on in a while. I've finished 2, frogged 2, and only cast on 1. So I'd say I'm improving. Next section.
My precious!
I didn't buy anything.
I did.
Can you believe it? And he didn't buy just one.
No.
And it's actual yarn.
Yes. Yes, I bought actual yarn. So, as many of you know, there was a sad tragedy in the knitting world. And No Makers is no longer dying. Her shop is closed down. She is not producing any more yarn. So we had to find a new favorite. And apparently, my new favorite is Savvy Skeins. And this is her new colorway. This was dyed for a contest, or like a...
She just did it, I think.
No, she said it was for like a contest of sorts, like a dyeing competition or whatever. But this is called Boomer, or I like to use an Australian accent when I say it, Boomer.
And she wasn't sure if she was going to repeat it.
Yeah, she didn't know if she was going to repeat it. I'm going to take the ball band off real quick.
You going to make it naked?
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to take the band off.
You should make it naked. I can put it back together for you. Then you can really see how it looks.
Yeah, so let's do that. Okay. So, this is just awesome. The blues and the yellows and the green. And then she's got down here, well, throughout, I guess, in certain spots, she's got this black speckling, or this black speckling.
You're getting into the speckles lately.
I absolutely love this. She said on Instagram, like, it was a lizard that she based the colors off of. And I love this yarn. I love this yarn so much. She does
have a shop, by the way.
I love this yarn so much that I bought 2 of them. She originally put 4 skeins in her shop, and I went in and bought 2 of them immediately.
He wanted to buy all 4, and I said, "What are you going to do?" You thought about it.
I may have thought about it.
But he didn't have a clue what he was going to do because it's fingering weight.
So I've got 2 skeins of the boomer, and it's in the sock base, 430 yards, fingering, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So that, I'm thinking that sock pattern that she just showed might work for this. But Savvy Skeins.
Well, it's just a 4-stitch repeat,
yeah.
So you could hold it double and do DK weight.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this just yet. So you want to wind that back up for me?
Savvy Skeins. She's a Texas dyer, and here's her address. She has a shop online, and several shops here in Texas carry her yarn too.
Yeah, and she did say yesterday or the day before that she put like 8 more skeins of this into the shop. So they might still be there, they might not. I don't know. But will you twist that back up for me?
I can. It's not going to be perfect like hers.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's because I think she has a skeiny twister.
So that is my precious for this time.
My diamond keeps wanting to grab it. So.
Oh. But I love the way the colors work together on this. And as soon as she put it up on Instagram, I was like, I have to have that yarn. So, well.
And I'm the one that introduced him to Savvy Skeins, and I have yet to get any of her yarn. So I don't know what my problem is.
I don't either. So I've got this one, and I've got the Tsunami from Savvy Skeins, and I am loving it. It's really squishy, really sheepy.
I'm having troubles. I'm going to have to take the wedding ring off because it keeps grabbing the yarn.
We are still married, though.
Well, yeah, I still have my wedding ring on. It's just the engagement ring. I don't know why I'm having troubles with this. I reskein my own yarn a lot. And twist it. Because I will cast on a project and decide I don't like that. And I don't want it to just sit.
That's fine.
There you go. Like I said, it's not going to be as pretty.
No.
But.
And I'm really looking forward to using this. So.
I can put the label back on too if you want me to, so you don't lose it.
It's fine.
Okay. The other My Precious we have.
Oh, I thought that was part of.
No, we're gonna do this in My Precious. Because
okay.
Why not? As you have noticed, fall has hit our house.
Yes.
In decor only. It's still hot as all get out outside. Actually, no, it's in the 80s now, so that's not so bad. It had been in the hundreds.
At least for part of this next week, it should be not so bad.
So. But fall, and I have pumpkins in the lantern because I love pumpkins. Pumpkins and apple just say fall to me. I don't know why. And I am not an orange and yellow person unless it's in the fall, and then that's just everywhere in the house. I don't know why. Artistic Lily put out a colorway that I wanted, and it's like orange and brown. And I showed it to him, and he's like, "You really want that?" I was like, "Yes, I do. It's awesome." So you're gonna get yours?
Yep.
So, I have some more shishas to show you. But look, they're kissing shishas. There's magnets in the end of their nose and it makes them kiss. So, but I love it. So, I don't know what else to say. They're shishas. I bought them in Okinawa. Part of my collection. I told you these would show up again.
Yep.
Christmas time, I'll show you my Santa shishas that stay up year round. It's the only Christmas thing you let me leave up year round.
Yeah. So My Precious is another pop figure. And this one is Sarah from The Labyrinth. Sarah, played by Jennifer Connelly.
I got those for you for Christmas.
Yep. So that one, and by herself, okay, fine. But this particular pop figure came with another one. Came with a little friend. It's just a little worm. He's a little worm.
Asking you to come over for a cup of tea.
Come inside, meet the missus. Have a nice cup of tea. So, he's got his little scarf on.
If you haven't seen the movie, you have no clue why this is hilarious and so cool that it came with her.
Yes.
Because he's really a minor character. He's
very
like,
minor,
for like, they're 5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes. But he's, for me at least, one of the more memorable characters in the movie.
That and door knockers.
Yeah. The door knockers are awesome. But that's my precious.
Woot woot.
So.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't buy anything. Well, I did today, but it doesn't count because it's today.
It'll count next time.
Yes. So, on to shop news, and boy, do I have a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah. I have the Christmas stuff, I have the Halloween stuff, and then I'm just going to show you a few things. Well, I'm going to show you all the bags I have in the shop. I have a lot because I need y'all to buy some so I can put new ones in. But I still have all of these charms in the shop. The ice cream bowl, the, what did I say? Peach lemonade, lollipop, glow-in-the-dark gummy bear, and pineapple cupcake. I mean, come on, who doesn't want those? Aren't they awesome? And these are all on O-rings, but you can get them with either a lobster claw or a leverback. I think all of them are lobster claw, but this one I think is a leverback. But that's all of my regular ones. Not all of them, I have a lot more. But it's into the summer, and these are very summer inspired. So, come buy some, please. Bags that I have in the shop that are just regular every day. I still have one Mickey Movies bag with the Steamboat Willie for your inside fabric. So I have one of those. I have sock size. Then I have 4 of the Alice in Wonderland ones. We're all mad here. And this one is got like hidden hearts in the fabric. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Probably not. But this fabric has got hearts on it. I have Southwest flowers with the floral coral for the inside. I have Royal Swans with the floral for the inside, the blue floral. I have 3 of the Southwest, 4 of the, okay, there's 2 swans that are in the shop. I'm just going to do it that way. There's 3 of the coral, and there's 4 of the Alice bags.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes. I have 1 mermaid bag left. And then that's it for like the regular everyday. Now then, let's move on to Halloween, shall we? I'm gonna put that there for now. Charms, those just got put in the shop this week because I just reopened after being gone for 2 weeks. So we have pumpkin. Isn't it cute? We have bewitching donut. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. There we go. We have black cat cake slices. So, and it's got a tail this year. We have a smiling ghost. We have a Boo Ghost.
Boo.
And all of these, you can get them on an O-ring, or you can get them on lobster claws, or like this one, the black cat comes on a leverback. And it has a UV resin coat on it, so that gives the shininess and it gives it some durability too. Now the bags I have for Halloween. Ooh, I forgot. I still have 2 of the shawl sized in the floral, in the Southwest Floral. No. So, but in the Halloween, I have Retro Halloween, and the inside is bats, blood-stained bats. I have 4 of these, 3 of these in the shop, not 4, 3. 3 of these in the shop currently. And then the newest ones are these, the Halloween candy. And these are the ones with the funny spiders on the inside. You have a spider wearing mittens and hats and all sorts of stuff. And then your, this is Halloween. Not all of them are going to be cut just exactly like this. I tried to get all of the handles to have, you know, Halloween at least once. So, but like this one, not fully, but I tried to get it where it's visible.
Close.
Yeah, it's close.
What's on? You got it there?
Yeah, sort of.
It's folded over.
Yeah. So, but I have 2 of these because one of them already sold in the sock size. And then I also have them, I have 3 of them in the shawl size, which I have revamped my shawl size to be bigger. Like, significantly bigger. So, any new shawl size that I put in the shop will be this bigger size from now on. The tags are making a lot of noise. I'm sorry. But, and if y'all are interested in some sweater size bags, comment down below or hit me up on Instagram or Ravelry even. Let me know and I will get to work on that. I have some new fabric that I can do those in. Or, yeah, no, just new fabric because all of my other fabric has been cut up already. But I had 3 of these. There's now 2 of these in the shop, the sock size, and then I have 3 of the gigantic shawl sized ones. And that's all for the Halloween stuff. The only other new Halloween thing that has not been put in the shop is zombie sheep, which I'm planning on working on sheep next week. I'm going to do zombie sheep. I'm going to restock the white sheep, the black sheep. Yeah. And then I'm also going to restock some of the other things that have been out of stock for a while. So you'll just have to watch. Plus, I'm also bringing back the marshmallows and hot chocolate. They're coming back as a BFF set, so be watching. And I'm going to restock the rain clouds and the s'mores set. Now then, for Christmas, which is my favorite holiday, these are not all the charms I'm going to be making for Christmas. These are just the ones I have in stock currently. When, probably like mid-September, early October, I will work on getting some newer charms, newer Christmas charms in. But we have, I'm just going to do it this way. We have Christmas tree cake slice. See? Christmas tree. Woohoo. This one comes with a lever back or an O-ring. Your purple cushion tooted again.
Yeah.
We have Rudolph the reindeer, or red-nosed reindeer cake slice. And we have Christmas donut. So, and I have no clue what new Christmas charms I'm working on. I have some ideas, but you'll just have to wait. So, and then bags for Christmas. There won't be, these are all that I'm going to be having in the shop. I'm not doing any newer material. But we have Christmas sayings. Or Christmas cheer, I can't remember what I called it. Your inside fabric is the trees. We have Christmas friends, and the snowflakes is your inside. See? And then we have, surprise, surprise, Christmas drive. The inside is this fabric, which I love because it's not even in the same line as this one, but I managed to get it, and it matches that tree almost perfectly. Or that one. This one's pink, but the inside's red. So I have, I think I have 3 of these, 3 of these, and 4 of these currently in the shop. I do have some more material so I can make more if these sell out before Christmas, but currently that's what I have in the shop. So my pile got really big. So please come and buy some bags. Please. I'm running out of room, basically. So I need y'all to buy some so I have room to do some more in. And I bumped the table. I'm so sorry. But that's really all I have. And I'm running out of room for charms too. And I really have some more ideas for some other ones that I want to make. But I think I might put some of the older stuff on sale on Monday. Maybe not Monday. When are we planning on getting this out? Wednesday? At the latest? By the time you see this, there will probably be, the coupon code will be active. No, the sale will be active. Yeah, I'm just going to put the older stuff on sale. I think.
I hate it when you're knitting. Like, all of a sudden, you just forget what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, I hate that.
And you don't know if you already messed up or what. So you gotta...
Oh, that stinks.
But I did not mess up. So...
Well, yay.
Yay.
Hey, guess what? It's time for the tail end.
Sad day.
And it's still not about our butts.
No butts.
It will never be about our butts, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
But please join our Ravelry group. Go in and say, hey, y'all. And hey, y'all to everybody that has gone in and said, hey, y'all recently. There's been so many, and I've not been a good moderator lately. I go in and go, oh, yeah, this person said something. Okay, let me go do something else. I haven't responded as much as I should. I am reading every single one, though, just so we're clear. We read all of our comments. We read all of the things that are put in our Ravelry group on YouTube, on Instagram, all of that. We may not respond because sometimes we just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So, but,
So, like and subscribe. Well, like and subscribe to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the notification bell so you get notified.
You need to subscribe so you know when there's a new one of our pretty faces.
Yes. You don't want to miss out on all this.
No.
So, if you do join the group, don't forget we got the MAL going on.
Yep.
So
do that, and you can get some. You have a chance to win beaver nuggets, which sadly are not keto approved.
No. Well, you could have like 2, maybe.
No.
Not even 2.
No, because of the amount of sugar.
I don't know.
And it's just all carb and sugar.
That's true.
But surprisingly, the cookies, my lemon cookies that are from Buc-ee's, are 1 gram of carbs per cookie.
So you could have 1.
No,
I mean, you could have a few.
Yeah, and I usually only eat like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They're only like this big, but still, hey, keto approved.
Yep.
I'll take it.
So that's the episode.
Yep.
God is good.
Read your Bible. Bye, y'all.
Bye.